Good afternoon, everyone, or good evening, should I say, and welcome to ALR Bronze. Oh gosh, sorry, that's my voice. Gosh, that's awful. Anyway, yes, we are here for the final tour of Australia. We've had two magnificently brilliant days, haven't we, to say the least? And really good stuff indeed, and I'm looking forward to this one. But before we go any further, we have to quickly go through the runners and riders for Season 2 of Bronze. And, of course, the first season of Bronze was only 9 rounds. We are doing the whole hog now, and that is 22 races. But before we do, let's quickly go through the runners and riders, shall we then? And let's start off with the constructors champions from Season 1, and that is Alfa Romeo. Good stuff indeed there from Alfa Romeo. Remember, of New Potato won the World Championship, didn't he, with Alfa Romeo last season? Absolutely fantastic stuff, wasn't it? But of course, he promoted himself up into silver, didn't he? Didn't do a very good. Didn't do very well last line, though, did he? But don't worry, it's only 1 round out of 22 for so it's going to be a long old slog. This one is, isn't it? Let's get on. Let's go on with the driver, shall we? Because I've been yapping away already, and gosh, I haven't even got on to what I'm meant to be doing. So in the Alfa Romeo team, we have Energetics, of course, who's had 8 races in the Bronze so far, and alongside him is Sean Hammers. That is a fantastic team. Alfa Romeo once again having a super team, aren't they? Really good stuff indeed. Then, and the next team that finished second in the constructors last season was the American team of the Haas team. In the Haas team, we have Forza Ferrari. Then, of course, the D-pad master himself. And of course, he had 1 race win fantastically well in Silverstone. And of course, we have the Gort, who last 2 races last season was fantastic, wasn't he? He possibly should have won Azerbaijan, but was pipped to the line there from Dan Murphy right at the very end. Then, but interesting stuff. Then up next, then we have the Red Bull team. In the Red Bull team, we have of course the most experienced driver in ALR history of all forms of category, and that is Gunnar. Gunnar has been in every single race that Bronze has put on then, and we got Camaro Racer as well making his debut then. Good luck to Camaro Racer, hope he does well here tonight then. 4th in the constructors last season, we had the Alpha, well, it was the Toro also, it's now the ALPHATAURI, and in the ALPHATAURI we have Dead Rabbit along with Bradfield as well. Good stuff indeed then. Next is the McLaren team, who finished 5th in the constructors last season, and I quite like that McLaren. It's a bit of a beast, isn't it? In the McLaren, then we have Mike along with Sim Racer as well. Good stuff indeed then. Mike having a best position of 5th position last season, didn't he? And Sim Racer only got a few points, didn't he? So hopefully a better season of this season. Next is the Williams team, very formidable in gold then. Finished 6th in the constructors last season. And in the Williams we have Velocity, who of course best finish of 2nd last season. And alongside Velocity is Nunda as well, of course stepping up to a full-time drive this season. Good luck to Nunda as well. Next is the Mercedes team, and in the Mercedes we have Ayrton there, of course racing for the Racing Point last season. He has gone to Mercedes this season. It was basically well, it's kind of just a switch along the garages, really, isn't it? Lovely stuff indeed then. And we got Frand as well, who of course has been demoted from silver to go into bronze as well. Hopefully Frand can have a good season this season then. Next is the Ferrari team, and Lucius actually stays with the Ferrari team, so good stuff indeed there for Lucius then. And I think he's had a couple of strong drives, hasn't he? Now can he build on that? And alongside him is Blas as well. Of course Blas had a great drive in Silverstone, but unfortunately it didn't materialise in what he wanted, but I'm sure that Blas will come back fighting this season. Next is the Renault team. In the Renault team we have RD Wee, and we also have Farf as well, also making his debut as well, and also he is the lead admin of Bronze, so of course he will be involved in some incidents, I have no doubt about that. And last but no means least, it is the Pink Mercedes, who finished 10th in the constructors last season. Hope for a better season for them this season, and I think they will, because they got 2 strong drivers in Curly Red there, who had a best finish of 4th position, and Maz, who had a best position of 5th as well. Then 2 very good drivers, and that is your runners and riders then from this season then. And we are about to get going then in the lobby, as I quickly enter in the lobby in the background so that no one notices what I'm doing. So yeah, I've got to say, that's a cracking lineup, isn't it, for Bronze? Really looking forward to this one. This is going to be an absolutely fantastic race, isn't it? So one more time around we go. Australia down under. It's going to be lovely stuff indeed then. And I've got to say, you're very chatty, you're all there in the comments there. Let me I'll catch up with you guys in just one iota. But before I do so, as I quickly unplug that. There we go. Gosh, turn off and turn back on. That's what I need to do, as my laptop has just decided to fry. I think you can cook an egg on this laptop. It's so hot at the moment. Goodness me. Anyway, but yes, we are going around Australia. 16 turns around this 3.2 mile circuit then. Of course, that lap record has been smashed, hasn't it? So many times there in the first two races, and I'm expecting more of the same again here tonight then. We've got the C4, C3 and C2 slick tyres there. Soft, medium and hard compound tyres. Of course, no ultra soft, hyper softs and all that kind of softs anymore. No super hard either, which is such a shame, isn't it? Because I love that. And of course, we might have the intermediates and wets. I thought we was going to have the intermediates and wets last night. It was so gloomy, wasn't it, in Silver? Goodness me then, but gosh, the rain held off and it was a fantastic race, wasn't it? A really good win there from Dan Murphy as well then. So it'll be interesting to see what happens tonight as well. Could we have a first time winner tonight? Well, it's potential. If Energetics or Forza don't win tonight, then that means that the other 20 drivers, the other 18 drivers will be first time winners. Good stuff indeed. And the same with pole position as well. The Gore has been on pole position once, and Energetics has been on pole position 4 times in bronze then. So yeah, again then, so we've only had 2 pole sitters in this grid then, so it's going to be fantastic, isn't it? Sam there in the comments saying, evening, good evening, Sam, hope you're well tonight. We've got Emerson saying, good luck to all bronze, especially to Ayrton there, with a lovely muscle emoji there. He says he's going to win the championship this season. Good stuff indeed then. Sam there saying, so you're driving for him. Emerson said, we've already got the banter, haven't we? Goodness me. Emerson is apparently at work there, of course. He is now the owner of the fish and chip shop. I can't remember what the fish and chip shop's called though. I'm sure it's the best in Britain, isn't it? We got Pretty Sorted, which, by the way, I absolutely love that name. That's a fantastic name, isn't it? I thought he was counting down to go, really. Am I not in Spectator? Oh, I am in Spectator. Lovely. So Pretty Sorted then. I absolutely love that name. It's fantastic. Who is scared? I have no idea what to expect from this. Good luck, anyway. We got Sam saying all the best, Ayrton. We got Daniel Murphy. At least Ayrton doesn't cry every 5 minutes like you, Sam. Gosh. I gotta say, there's such a friendly bunch in the comments, isn't there? Gosh. Yep. I gotta say, it was only round 1, and I gotta say, already the banter is being thrown around, isn't there? Goodness gracious me then. Emerson is a bit like me. He wished he could post gifs on YouTube. I'd love to post gifs on YouTube. I really would. Gunnar saying, evening everyone. Here for a great race like last night's was. I gotta say, last night's Silver race, possibly my favourite race of Silver. That's a very bold statement to make, isn't it? I change my mind quite often, really, because I got a memory like a sieve. So yeah, but I think that was brilliant stuff indeed. Then there's a lot of copying and pasting trying to go on in the old chat there. We got Ayrton saying hello, Sean there, with a lovely heart there. Good stuff, then. Mr. Young Lights, Ginger, you all right? I'm always all right. To be honest, I wish sometimes I was all leftist. I am a lefty. That's also Mark of the Devil as well, apparently, isn't it? That's what my assistants used to say. As Sam is saying, how are you feeling about this race, Gunnar? We have hopefully Gunnar answers there. David Smith, go Becca, Rensbow for the champagne there. Of course, Becca making her debut tonight. Lovely stuff indeed there. Of course, she drove in the Constructors' Cup, didn't she? Over the lull we had between the season, in between the 2 seasons there. So good stuff indeed then. We have also got good luck, Ayrton and Mike, but I need to cheer the Red Bull team again. So of course, Young Light is a very much a team man, isn't he? And would he be anything less? No, he wouldn't be at all then. As we now just started off qualifying. Good stuff indeed then. Whilst we'll have a look up and down the grid in just a few moments, but let me just carry on with the comment, shall we? We've got Brandon saying evening. We've also got Mumford saying evening as well. And Young Light saying hashtag Crofty out, Sean in. Of course, I wish I could speak like Crofty sometimes, because I cannot really get my words out every now and again. And I love you guys. You're very nice. Gosh, I don't know what to say really. I've gone all blush and everything. I've gone all shy. Thank you guys. Really good stuff indeed there. Ginger Ninja Raids there. Oh, I might have a new gamer tag as well. Mike saying, hey! Hello, Michael. Hope you're well tonight. We have got, you guys are very much, wow. I got to say, you guys have written like so many essays here. Goodness me. Gavin saying he is nervous there. He hates Australia. But there we go. It's Farfar's already complaining about the Renault. He hasn't even got out on track yet then. So I think Farfar's very pessimistic, isn't he? Which is just good stuff indeed then. So we've also got Emerson saying, no one is ordering any fish and chips then. I wonder if anyone's got any nuggets on the go as well. I gotta say, when I used to go to Chippy, I do order some fish and chips. No, I don't. I ordered some nuggets and chips. Actually, I got to say I was a pig on Friday. I had chips, burger, and nuggets. So they do 10 actually in the portion. And I've got to say I'm a bit of a on the chunky side anyway, so that's probably not going to help my waistline. But I'm getting ready for the winter, everyone. Here comes Nunda. Then we're on board the Williams driver. Then I got to say Williams there have had have been very successful in ALR, haven't they? In most of the divisions anyway. Let's see what they can do this season as well. Then once we get to Q3, I'll predict top 10 for quality. Good stuff indeed there, young lads. I'd love to hear your opinions and all that kind of stuff. I really do like your opinions, because your opinions make much more sense than mine. Here comes Nuda there as he comes around the final turn. Let's go on board then with the Williams driver then as he goes over the grid hatches as well. Then he is about to start a lap here in Australia. Then the first time lap to bronze in season 2. We only had not. Oh goodness me there. And I gotta say that's not a very good start there for Nunda, unfortunately. Then and I think we might have to leave him to it for the minute there. I think so. We've got Energetics then, the man who had the most pole positions in this field so far with 4, and the most pole positions in bronze history. Then he is in the Alfa Romeo, and the Alfa Romeo have been stunning, haven't they, since bronze has started, hasn't they? They've been really good. We thought it was going to be the McLarens last season, didn't we? But my goodness me, it was the Alfa Romeos from Spain onwards. They were really good, weren't they? First intermediate time is a 26.428. Lovely stuff indeed there for Lights out, resting the car as he comes through the very light right-hander indeed. Then we got a couple of cars out of the way. There's Forza just getting out of the way as well. Then breaking into 9 and 10. Then we've got a bit of solar flare out there as well. Then as now he is into the gentle left-hander. Then coming up to the formidable 11 and 12. Then hold on to your hats there, winner. Got to say, last night was brilliant to go on board. And there's a Ferrari in front of us there. I can't see who it is from the rear. Then all I know is it's a red car. Then as and that basically makes the most sense out of me, really, because I think that I've got to say that's the only thing I'm going to get right tonight. Energetic's going over the curb there, isn't he? Before coming into 15, then of course tickling the, oh my goodness me, on the loud pedal too much, and the torque on these cars is incredible. And Energetics are really putting his toe down quite heavily there. He's done a 20 then, so we're already flying here in Australia. Good stuff indeed there from Energetics, who I got to say at this stage of the weekend of the championship of the season, Energetics is probably the favourite, I would say anyway, but who knows there? There is a lot of strong drivers, though, isn't there, in this field there? I have been predicting quite confidently that Favre might be getting his act together, but unfortunately he hasn't done so, has he, yet? But I'm sure he will sooner or later. Mike goes third faster. He's on the medium tyres, Mike is. I'm looking forward to see what Mike can do this season. He was just more of a just trying to feel his way, wasn't he, in the first season of bronze, so looking forward to seeing what he can do. Fran, who is in his debut here in bronze tonight, has gone third faster than the Mercedes. Total Pease there in a familiar setting of the ALPHATAURI again, and lovely stuff indeed there for Pease, and he goes up into second. Beautiful indeed. I think we got Brandon there, who is in the Ferrari at the moment. I thought he was coming across the finish line. Oh, Brandon's got a lovely helmet there indeed. Oh, of course, I would say that the helmets are the most important part of a Formula 1's driver resume, in my opinion, because, of course, that's your identity, isn't it? Ayrton coming out the final turn as well, then. Let's see what Ayrton can do. Ayrton goes 6 fast. He's done a 22.8, then. He is 4 tenths of a second off Mike, who is just in front of him as it stands at the moment. Good stuff indeed, then. We have got Jake Wilson saying, good luck, Bronze. Hope it livens up, hope it lives up to last night. I gotta say, if these guys do half of what happened last night, then I'm going to need a I don't know. I had to take 2 aspirins last night because my head was pounding there. Goodness me, I lost so much water from sweating so much. It was unbelievable. Make of that as what you will. I could be really unhealthy and just need to, kind of shake my tail feathers and get myself in a tip-top shape. Or is the fact that I believe it's more of this situation where the ALR Silver boys put on an absolute clinic, didn't they? It was fantastic. On board with a Camaro Racer here in the Red Bull. They're making his debut tonight. Of course, again, another man who was in the Super Cup. No, it's the Constructors' Cup as Forza goes third fastest in the Haas. Well, good stuff indeed there. As a Camaro coming into turn 15 as well before stepping on the loud pedal in the Red Bull. Let's see what I can do then. Darren saying evening. Good evening, Darren. Hope you're well here tonight. And Nunda saying to give me 30 laps of fuel. So Nunda there is definitely fueled up for the race, but this is only qualifying at the moment then. Camaro goes up for second fastest. Lovely stuff indeed there from from the debutant. Goodness me. I wonder if he was on anyone's lock chips, so to speak, in terms of what possibly of who could be contesting for the championship. I know it's a very long way to go though, isn't it? We're only on round 1 out of 22 this season. Of course, we only had 9 rounds in bronze last season with me. It's very similar to what Formula 1 is experiencing now, really, isn't it? Where of course there's only about 9 or 10 rounds on the calendar at the moment. So of course that could expand then. With a bronze there, we had a set 9 races, wasn't it? It was more of a sprint in the marathon, so you had to really get on it quite quickly as well. And Nude Potato did a fantastic job of last season, didn't he? So did Gurman as well. And look at that lock up there from Sean Hammers. And there's enough. I got to say, the Alfa Romeo team of Hammers and Energetics, I'm predicting for a double constructors win for the Alfa Romeo. I reckon that they're going to be a formidable team to beat. I don't think they're going to get beaten myself, and I would love to know what you guys think in the comments as well, as we're now coming through the final turn. And here comes Hammersen at 21. He is fast at the moment there for Sean Hammersen. Lucius has invalidated his time then, so he's just crawling back to the pits. And Gore is also invalidated his time as well. RD Wee has it. He's on fire at the moment. We got Gunnar out there as well. We got Rent Bow on there as well. Lovely stuff indeed then. Let's go with RD Wee first. He is the first man to cross the start-finish line in the Ocon car then. Teammates to Farfen. What an unlucky man. He comes up to the line as well then. Let's see what RD Wee can do then. He goes over the line and he is 10th fastest so far in the Renault. Good stuff indeed. That Velocity has just started up. Lucius is just crawling by. Gore is invalidated. Some Gunnar's on the lap. Wrench Boat's on the lap, but so is Nunda as well. Here's the first man across the line. It is Nunda. He goes in to 8th fastest. Now what about Rentbow? Rentbow coming out to the line as well. DRS is wide open then, and here she comes, and it is 7th fast at the moment now for Rentbow. Lovely stuff indeed then. Oh, as we got a car there who is in the car park there. Of course, that is usually a car park in every other part of the year, but not this time because of course we are racing around here. Gunnar then, of course, our favourite Irishman as well. Let's see what happens here then as he comes up to the line. Gunnar does. He is 8th fastest. He had a very good qualifying in the bronze, in his debut in bronze, didn't he? In Italy, he was fantastic, wasn't he? Good stuff indeed then. Brandon is back out on track as well. We've got Velocity going at some Velocity as well then. Of course, those jokes are going to get very old very quickly. Velocity then in the second Williams as well. Let's see what he can do. His teammate Nunda is 10th fast at the moment on the soft tyres. The only man to go on the medium tyres is Mike there, and that's an interesting ploy there from Mike. We seen last night it was basically medium to hard, really, more or less, wasn't it? Well, until the safety car came out and just really blew all that out of the water. We've got yellow flags there fluttering in turn 15 then. Velocity is fastest. He's a 10th for a second in front of Energetics. Oh, this is going to be great. And I feel we haven't seen the best of Velocities, have we? I'm expecting more of the same. Here comes Brandon, of course. He is won in gold. He is driven in silver. And now he's in bronze. And he goes full fast amount. Brandon is in the Ferrari. Lovely stuff indeed there for Brandon. And he is very much on his way. And I think he's making his debut in the bronze as well, which I think I've said on there. Into the pits comes RD Wee then. Just taking a look at the comments there. Young like saying, come on, Red Bull. We've also got Darren saying, Becky Jones will win it. And go on, Gunnar lad as well then. Of course, Becky making her debut tonight then. She is one of a, she is a, usually in the comments there very often, isn't she? So it's good to see her out on track there and really mixing it in the top 10 at the moment. She is 9th fast. I said, here comes Farfed, and Farfed, of course, said is in the Renault. Then, of course, if anyone remembers pre-season, Farf did crash into the entry of the pit lane as well, which I'm also highlighting because I think Farf wanted me to tell everyone about that. I'm in serious banter mode with Farf tonight, as always. Here he comes then down into the Brundle turns one. And I think Farf has actually changed his helmet colours here, so very nice indeed then. He's gone more for the Redo pattern there with a bit of yellow on there as well, flicking it through turn 5 as well. Farfus, remember, he's a 3-time Grand Prix winner in ALR Gold. 3 times the charm. He was getting there in the end. Yeah, so far for 3-time Grand Prix winner in gold then. Remember, I think that was at the early stage of season 2, wasn't he? He was fantastic in season 2, Farfus. So let's see if he can get back to those heights then. We've also got Nunda saying, never mind Velocity, you're number 1 there. I've also got Becky Jones saying, doubt I'll win it, ha ha ha, but thank you anyway. Wow, Becky is so far doing a cracking job there. She is the highest McLaren in 9th position. And here comes Farfed in the Renault there as he flies into turn 13 as well then. And as we got 7 minutes to go in this qualifying 1 session. Anyone who's interested in qualifying rules and things like that, I know that a lot of you are going to be starting to groan because you all know about the rules, don't you? But of course, there might be some people out there who doesn't know the rules and is new to Formula 1. And if you are, welcome, and I hope you're enjoying the stream, or as much Forrester chatted away, but unfortunately needs must sometimes, doesn't it? Lucius is unfortunately invalidated his time, so he's got to go again. Here comes the Gort then. I gotta say then, Energetics might be the favourite, but this is the second favourite, and the Gort, a seasoned veteran in Grand Prix racing, isn't he? And he is took 2 races of bronze and towards the end of last season. I don't think the Gort has finished off the podium, has he? Oh, he has actually. I apologise. He has finished off the podium, but nonetheless, I think in Azerbaijan he probably could have won and should have won, really. But there is a very quick Dan Murphy on the track at that day in history, wasn't it, for the Gort, unfortunately? But I think today it is going to be very much about who's going to have the strategy. It's not being about the quickest. Well, it is probably about being the quickest. It's whoever is the quickest can get from A to B in the quickest time in 29 laps, really, which I suppose is the name of the game, isn't it? Because that's what the race is called. Gort there getting very far. Favre! Oh goodness me! Favre is out of qualifying as the Gort goes third fastest, and Favre is pull it in the wall. Oh dear, he is in the wall. That's a big smash for Favre. Remember, Felipe Massa and Gutierrez has done the same thing in the past. What a shocker there for Favre. And he would, well, currently he's done a 21.8, which I don't think is safely through, as Maslets are getting very squirrely on the rear of that racing point then. But the Favre then is the first victim of turn 12, and turn 12 can be a brutal corner to say the least, and unfortunately from Favre's point of view, yeah, that's not good either. And unfortunately, as Mr. Young said, come on, Ayrton. Mazda goes 12 fastest moment now. Of course, he made his debut in the Toro Rosso last season and had a good 5th position, didn't he? Lucius is back on track now. He's done 3 laps on those soft tires. The soft tires are not going to be super shiny, super sticky, are they? From Lucius there once again in the Ferrari for the 2nd season in a row. Good stuff there from Lucius. Favre said, "Oops, spinned it." Favre, you love your spins there. Can't say. Favre probably enjoyed the draw as well, didn't he? Because that was the wheel of fortune. I think Favre should go on there, really, shouldn't they? So we're now on board there with Lucius. But luckily for Favre, the points are not handed out in qualifying. They are handed out in the race. As Total Peas has called it a day for qualifying 1 anyways. He has decided to put his feet up there and read the old newspaper as well. We're on board with Lucius. Oh, he's getting very Lucius indeed out turn 12. Lovely stuff indeed then. There's 3 DRS zones around Australia. Brandon's also retired from the session as well. Don't worry, guys. They're in the pit lane. They feel they're safe. We'll see if they're safe come the next 5 minutes or so. Brandon in Total Peas. Goodness me, you could hardly split him at the moment. Look at that. That's 200 to a second. Here comes Lucius. This is Brandon's teammate. He comes up to the line. Let's see what he can do. He has done a 21.3 there for Lucius. These times this season, it's absolutely rapid. So rapid, my headset keeps falling off. Nunda is in 18th position, but we've got Ardy then, who is not going very quick at the moment. He ain't lining up the tarmac, so to speak, is he? Here comes Nunda then, 2/10 of a second, then up on his previous best. And where's it going to pull him? That will still be in. Oh, it might be very close actually. He might be able to sneak into 15th position there, which is where Favre is situated at the moment. But I think that Mazda might be the person that might be looking at the walk of shame. Here comes Nunda. He comes up to the line. This is a better time for Nunda. He is 14th. Good stuff indeed. Mazda is in the drop zone. That is not where he wants to be, is it? And Curly Red there right on the limit there. Look at that. He's 85 hundredths of a second down. Incredible stuff there for Curly. I'm wondering though if he has saved some of the ERS recovery system for the final part of that then, which is turn 13, 14. Oh, he's invalidated his time there for the racing point driver. I think that's such a shame there, isn't it? We now got Lucius, who has done 4 laps on the soft tires. Good to speed there. I think Lucius is paying for his tires, hasn't he? Because obviously he doesn't want to use too many there. On board then for Ardy Weed, and taking a bit too much curb there, isn't he, Ardy Weed, then? As he is in the Renault, as I said earlier on, he's in the Ocon car. Right, we've got 2.5 minutes to go then. So then, at the moment, in the drop zone, facing the abyss, then is Camaro is out of the session there, so he is safe in 4th position at this time anyway. Maslets, Gunnar, Fran, and Ardy Weed and Ayrton are all at the moment out of qualifying. You have to get into at least the 21, and at the moment, Ayrton and Ardy Weed are not in the 21 and 21s just yet. Sorry, I look down in there's all sorts going on in the Discord, which I'm surprised, to be honest. I think Dan is typing too much in there, isn't he? So I've just seen someone say, Dan, stop typing. Anyway, here comes Gunnar then. He is out on a lap at the moment. We've also got Fran out there as well then. So he is just on an out lap at the moment, Gunnar. He is 17th then. What is his target time? Well, he needs to have a 21.7 at least, at the very least, to be honest. I'm quite surprised to see, well, Farf at the moment there would have been, well, he's fit, that time that he's in at the moment would have been 15th actually, wouldn't it, really? As I'm just falling all over my words, which is nothing unusual, is it? And I ain't even got excited yet. Blimey. 90 seconds left of the session then. Everyone needs to be out on track at the moment. RDW is not out on track though. That could be it then. RDW is going to be the first man not to go through into qualifying 2. Farf is technically the first man, but we'll leave him in the exit of, well, in the entry of turn 12 for now, shall we? Here comes Gunnar then, as he is now going to start us off as well. Let's go on board Gunnar, making his 10th appearance in bronze. And let's see then, where's he breaking? Just after the 50-meter board. Fantastic 17 yellow flags as an Alfa Romeo is very slow coming down the Brundle turn. I think he is just decided to get out of the way there. Good stuff indeed then. And going to come through a turn 3 as well, again snaky on the rear there. He's wagging that tail. Oh goodness me there, you can't go over, struggle over that curve there, because you will get stuck there. I've been beat there before. I think that good job Greenpeace wasn't around, because they would have rolled me back into the sea. Here comes Gunnar though. Gunnar is coming out of turn 6 then. The first sector time is done then. He's in the middle section now. Hammers there is well, in the middle section. Is he going to make it round there? I think Hammers should be safe there. He is down in 11th position at the moment there. Goodness me then. Nunda, good lap by me. That's a cracking lap by Nunda. He is in 14th position mode. Gunnar's a 10th for a second up. That he's invalidated. Gunnar's invalidated this time. I was going to say that was enough, but Gunnar is out of qualifying. What a shame there for Gunnar. Oh, what a shame indeed. That would have been on target to get through. Here comes Fran then. He is on DRS now in the Mercedes. Both Mercedes are looking in the abyss at this stage of qualifying the moment. Ayrton's out on track as well. Here comes Fran then into 14 and flying through 14. Gore is out of qualifying 1. He should be safe as well. Into 15. Now into 16. Here he comes through the follow turn there, just feathering the throttle slightly. And here comes the line. He's going to cut it. Where is he going to cut it? It is good enough for 15. Farf is out of qualifying. Well, officially anyway. Ayrton there. Oh, he's invalidated this time. Ayrton's out. Gunnar's out. Ardywee's out. What about Maslet said? It's between Fran and Maslet now. Maslet's very close. That was inch perfect there from Maslet. Love it. Brilliant stuff indeed there from Maslet said. And here he comes then up into turn 13 as well. Locking up the rear there. He's been pushed too wide then, but he is still carrying on. Good 17 from Maslet. How he carried the speed then. That's absolutely cracking stuff from Maslet. Oh, 15 as well then, as I've got to take a breather. We've only done 18 minutes of this session so far. Here he comes and Maslet's out of the final turn. And where's he going to go? Is it enough? It is enough. He is through into qualifying 2. We have lost then. This is 20th to 16th in this first qualifying session. Ayrton is out. He is 20th on the grid there. Mercedes are on a very good start to the season. As remember, Nigel was 20th on Sunday as well. Out of qualifying is RDW. That is the back row. That is row 10. On row 9 then, it is Gunnar and Farf. And then Fran is in 16th position as well then. Mazda making it through just by the skin of his nose. Lovely stuff indeed there. As come on, Lost Souls is that there, and the Ferrari boys there from Drofas. We've also got Dan Murphy. He's also pointed out I'm a whale. Lost Souls, let's go. Drofas there with of course the 2 OK symbols kind of thing. And we have got Nunda saying go Williams then. So good stuff indeed there. Unfortunately then we have lost Fran then. We've lost Gunnar and RDW and Ayrton as well. And of course Farf, who only had 1 lap before, putting it in the hedge unfortunately then. So not a good start there for Farf then. So he's going to have to have an almighty race there to get some points here tonight then. Jake Wilson saying well done Nunda in qualifying 2. Yeah, brilliant stuff from Nunda there. That is impressive stuff indeed, isn't it, from the debutant there. Lovely stuff then. So the next qualifying session will be coming up in just a jiffy then, as we're just on board Fran there, as this is the last action he'll be having in the qualifying session for now anyway, before, oh goodness me, we hit 30 views. Wow, I better get on with tie. Yeah, this is the last time that Fran is going to be in this qualifying session, but don't worry Fran fans, he will be back in action in the race in the not too distant future. That is the beauty about ALR and all forms of esports, is that we don't have to wait a whole day after qualifying, do we? We're straight on it straight away. Yeah, we're just now just waiting. We've got a bit of a lot at the moment, haven't we? As we're getting ready for qualifying 2. Nunda saying that's a lap. That's a lap. Anyone remember that? No. Anyways, we're just on board then with Fran right now. Oh, sorry, guys. Right then, let's just confirm then in the official classification for qualifying 1 then of bronze season 2 round 1 here in Australia. The first time that bronze has raced around here, so no lap records to compare with at this moment in time. Then. Qualifying is Ayrton and RDW. That is the last row of the grid then. They're both in the 22s. Late 21s for Gunnar and Farfar, but Farfar only had 1 run. And Fran out as well on a 21.8 there. He was less than a tenth of a second away from the 15 finisher, but Nunda has made it through into qualifying 2. Fantastic stuff there from Nunda. Really good stuff there. Farfar, as usual, starts from the back then. He is a specialist at coming from behind Farfar, isn't he? I mean, coming from the back of the field, I should say. As that could be taken in all kinds of contexts, really, couldn't there? We got Gunnar saying I hate Australia. Oh, that's not very well. That's not very nice, Gunnar. I might have to go and put another shrimp on the barbie. So we're now going into qualifying 2. Then I gotta say I love Australia. It's just the feel, isn't it, and the buzz of the start of the season. Of course, we did a random calendar last year, didn't we, in ALR? And it just didn't feel right, did it? That we start off in Russia, to be honest. I gotta say no. I don't mean to be disrespectful to Russia, but I really don't like the Sochi track personally. I think it's one of the worst on the calendar. And I would actually prefer to go back to Valencia, my honest opinion. But there we go then. As now then we're coming out and ready for qualifying 2 then. So qualifying 2 then, we got 15 minutes now. It's like 2 Williams is there, get out in front of Mike then, so I don't think Mike's going to be too impressed with that then. Albeit one of the Williams has just done their best impression on the Matrix there. Is this the real world? I'm not too sure about that, but yes, he is in a sandwich now in the Williams team now. Good stuff indeed then. So Velocity is the first man out on track then. So qualifying 2 then, this is where the strategy comes into play straight away, everyone. And of course, anyone who is wondering about, of course, old school qualifying is really, you got 12 laps, 1 hour, get out there and set a time. Set a time whenever you want. Then you got 4 types. You got 4 sets of tires as well, haven't you? Well, this time around, then you've got limited tires still, but it's broken up into 3 parts. And qualifying 1 we've just done, that was 18 minutes. We had 16th to 20th lined up, as we just mentioned. Those 5 drivers, unfortunately, out of qualifying then, and but we will be seeing them in the race, so don't worry about that, guys. We will be seeing them back in the not too distant future in qualifying 2, which is this session now. We are going to be lining up 11th to 15th then. And then the guys in the top 3 will have to start on the tyres which they set the fastest time on. So that's why we've got a mixture of hard and soft tyres. Of course, we can tell that by the markings on the side walls then. The soft tyres are the red stripe tyres, which Velocity is doing a very nice job of modelling there. Good stuff indeed there. And of course, we got Energetics then, who is modelling the medium tyres as well then. Of course, the medium tyres possibly the best race tyre, maybe? Well, we'll find out then. Of course, there's a mixture at that moment. Remember last night, the silver guys was straight on it there, and just wanted to use the medium tyres, and didn't they? But then I think that was the best race tyre up until where the safety car came out, and then it was all anarchy, wasn't it? Here comes Velocity then. This is his first time run then in the Latifi car. Velocity is as well then. I hope they do patch it so you can choose your own numbers, really, because that would be cool. But never mind, that's just a small gripe from me. Nonetheless, as I of course I have to have a whinge a day, isn't it? A whinge a day keeps the doctor away, or is it an apple a day keeps the doctor away? I don't know. But well, let's just say I hope it'll end the apple, because I'm not a big fan of fruit or anything like that, or veg, or anything that's healthy, or anything that's green, really. I've got to say I do love a bit of grass though, and especially when it's on the outside of the track as well. I prefer grass rather than run off tarmac, because of course it does hurt you when you go wide. And Velocity there, did you see that? He took the corner too acute there, and because of that, Velocity had to back out, and unfortunately that is his lap ruined there, because that is a invalidation there. It is quite brutal on the track limits around here. We've seen all the races so far have been very harsh on track limits, haven't they? Really just there's been a lot of penalties out there as well, and silver is a lot of penalties as well, and was gold. Here comes Total Peace, and oh goodness me, he's in the wall. He has damaged the end plate on that ALPHATAURI, and he has got to come in the pits as well. So we've seen 2 cars cars having issues there. We've also seen the second Williams and Nunda also crawling back to the pits as well then. Goodness me then, as you can see then, this is a very much an error generator of a session so far, isn't it? As Rensbo has also had problems as well, so she's going to have to come in the pits, or she might stay out then. We got Mazda's out there as well. We've got a Haas of Gort, who just finishes up as well. Mazda's on trade mode. We've got Curly Red, and Curly Red there is just started time as well there. We haven't had a time on the board yet, have we? Goodness me. And now we're on board Brandon. Now we have, it is Lucius there. He is, oh goodness me, there's a problem with his DRS there. I'm not sure what's happened to Lucius's DRS there, but he's got out of the way then. And now we've got Bradfield who's gone second there in the ALPHATAURI. Good stuff indeed there for Bradfield. Mazda's has gone fast as out on the soft compound tyre so far in the racing point. Energetics on the medium tyres, a tenth of a second away from Mazda's at the moment. Interesting stuff there. We got Brandon there who's on the medium tyres. He is coming through the final couple of quarters as well. He is third fast at the moment there for the Ferrari driver. He is on the medium tyres there. It looks like everyone is going for the medium at the moment then. We got I think on ALPHATAURI. Sorry, no, we haven't. We got a Alfa Romeo. It's one of them. I got the Alpha part right. It's a shame that it was the wrong one then. We got Nunda there, who is still pushing on, isn't he? We got a Red Bull coming through the final corner as well. I think it might be Camaro. This Camaro just starting his lap as well. Nunda's about to finish his lap in the Williams there. This is the first Williams time, and it's a 21.8 there for Nunda, and he is putting it right in the mix then. And it is going to be the soft runners. It's really going to throw a pigeon in the works, isn't it? I don't think the saying's right, is it? I don't know. What's it? I don't know. Anyway, here comes Curly Red coming out of the final turn then. Lovely shot from the steering wheel, and Curly does a 22.4 so far, and he is the slowest of the runners at this moment in time. Forwards at the British Grand Prix. As he has been and of course, Forza has, of course, is not picking up his chances, is he, this season? Unfortunately, remember last season, I think he had a fantastic season, didn't he? And there's a car there just trimming the grass there. If anyone remembers, anyone who is fairly quite old like me, remember when Jean Alesi parked his Benetton there in '97, didn't he? When he ignored the calls to come in for fuel, didn't he? Really, and I think that kind of ended Jean Alesi's Benetton career, really, before and only the first race of the second season. So that wasn't good, was it, for Jean Alesi? I always remember Murray Walker saying, "Oh, Jean," he looked very sheepish, didn't he, Jean Alesi? I got to say, I quite like Jean Alesi. He was one of my favourite drivers there. I just loved his driving style. It was action all the way, wasn't it? And tour of action, Camaro is fast as ever. He's on the soft tyres. He's free. No, he didn't. He's 4 tenths of a second in front of Mazda's, but he is on the soft tyre, and it is the soft running. So it's really going to be causing some grief there for the medium tyre runners, isn't it? So it's going to be very interesting to say least. We've got outlaps for Mike, we've got outlaps for Total Peace, Rensbo and Sean Hammers as well. Velocity at the moment is currently in the pit. So Erton is saying, well, I've messed that up as which is a shame now. He's starting last then. Suit Silver as I don't know what's going on there. We've got Emerson saying both the Hiltons are bookend of ALR. Yeah, Emerson of course is on pole position for gold, and now bronze. His older brother is last. But of course, let's about that. But of course, it's all about the race, isn't it? So Ayrton there could just dust his overalls off and go again. So Total Peace is out there at the moment as well. But we're going to keep an eye on what Mike could do. As I said earlier in the build-up, Mike had a very good start to his ALR career, didn't he? It was the I think the second season is where we're going to really see the real Mike, isn't it? And I'm really looking forward to seeing what this man can do then as we're on board with him now then. He is on the soft tyres, and so Mike is not interested in those medium tyres, is he? Remember, he went on the medium tyres for qualifying one then. He is going completely different route there to some of the other guys out there. So you had the medium tyres for qualifying one, which I thought was a mistake. It wasn't. Mike knows exactly what he was doing, and he is going for the soft tyres and for qualifying too. But let's see if he slows down. Lovely shot here, and I love the helmet as well. A lovely light blue there, kind of a very similar blue there to Mika Sala and Mika Hakkinen there. But of course, the top of it is completely different design there. So I'm trying to think of a helmet similar design to that, but I might be here for a while. Mike goes fast, is there on a 20.772, and that is a very good time indeed. Oh goodness me, Total Peace there is mowing the grass there. and he is coming in the pits there. So Total Peace there has had 2 runs now, and those 2 runs have not been too great of it. On board of Ren's Bow as she comes into turn number 15 as well, steps on the low pedal. Let's see what he can do as he comes through the final corner then, and we're on board with Red Bow as well. He comes up to the line. She comes up to the line. She is 10th fastest as well, and I'm going to get a slap on the wrist for that, ain't I? Here comes Sean Hammers then. Let's see what Sean can do as he comes through 13. No, yet he's in 14, as now he's into 15. He's got a bit of Earth left, hasn't he? Hammers has. He hammers round the final turn, and DRS right on the money. And here he comes, and the line is coming up. Where is he? He goes 9th fast moment. That is not safe, not by a long shot then. And who is that in the background? I think that's a Williams, isn't it? It is a Williams, and it is a Velocity who hasn't set a time yet either. 6 minutes to go. Curler Red right in the line of fire there. Velocity, he got the way as best he could then, but goodness gracious me, that ain't going to help Velocity. Velocity is on the back foot at the moment, isn't he? In the Williams then, as we're just coming through, and just coming through the car park now as well. And there's a lot of chatter going on in the comments. I'm just going to leave unto it for the minute, as I can't read and I can't. Well, I can't read anyway, but I can't read and I can't talk at the same time. Well, I'll try anyway. As we're going through, Velocity is coming into the second sector as well then, and you can see that there's a couple of new rules with the Earths, isn't there, this season? I got to say that a man who doesn't understand a lot of things in life, so I'm going to have you guys might be better to explain it at home. But what we got now is we got 3 Velocity there. I thought the rear end was going there. I thought the rear end was trying to overtake the front, but yes, we got the Earths, and I've only got 3 it's only got the 3 sections now, isn't it? It's got the hot lap, of course, the hot lap, of course, or the qualifying mode, really, which is only for qualifying, believe it or not. And then we've got the of course, the medium setting as well. And then there's another setting, which is the overtake, which is like a push to pass overtake button, which is going to give a lot more. I reckon it's going to budge up the field nicely. And so far, the first 2 races of ALR have been absolutely brilliant. Velocity goes third fastest moment there. He's still in the 21s as a Camera Racer and Mike there doing a absolutely splendid job out there. The Camaro's going again then. He is not happy at that time, is he? As we're just watching Forza there, who's just getting his tyres in the correct temperature. Lucius is in the pits then. We're going to stay with Camaro, I reckon then. And here he comes down into turn 3 as well then. Of course, we've had some violent shunts down there over the years, haven't we? We have had, is that Camaro getting greedy on the loud pedal there, wasn't he? And unfortunately the car is rotating it in the wrong direction there, unfortunately there. Gunnar is getting very happy with his Camaro here, isn't it? Of course, the teammate to Gunnar, so Gunnar is loving life at the moment, isn't he? Albeit he is out qualifying. I think he'd rather be in this qualifying 2 session, wouldn't he? So unfortunately for Camaro, he is going to have another crack then. So Forza at the moment is on the medium tires then, as he is 1/402 down in the Roman Grosjean car then. And look at the opposite lock there he took there. We're on board of Forza now then, as he is now coming up into 9 and 10. And they've got rid of that bump, I believe, of this game. Or if I just missed a game or 2, which I probably have, even though I've been commentating on it for the past 2 years. So that just shows a lot, doesn't it, really? Anyway, here we go then. On to 11 and 12 as well. Then we've got yellow flags in front of us. 3 minutes to go in this session. We got 3 minutes to sort out who is going to be on qualifying, who is going to be through into qualifying 3, and going for the first pole position of season 2 of Bronze, the first pole position of ALR Bronze in Australia. Remember, we didn't race here last year, did we? We started off in Monza, didn't we, last season? So this is the first full season of Bronze, and who is going to be the champion? Well, we ain't going to know the answer until the very least December. We got a long way to go. Forza, is he going to be in the mix? Well, he's 10th at the moment, and that is perilous. That is perilously on the cusp then. And if I was Forza, I'll be very concerned that Nunez, I'm into a position. He's looking very strong, isn't he, Nunez there? Loving this. It's great to see a mixture of the grid, isn't it? Gold there was a bit of a mixture, wasn't it? On the Sunday, it was on Sunday, wasn't it? But it was still Granty and Emerson there. It was still cream of the crop, wasn't it? With Cookie as well, also taking the final rostrum step. Silver as Nunda is going to 10th faster, and he's gone up into 7th fastest. Do not count your chickens yet, though, because we have still got 2 minutes to go in this session. And talking, just going back to the last 2 races of gold and silver on yesterday and Sunday. The running order for gold is more or less the same, wasn't it? Apart from Mumford looking strong, wasn't he? In the Alfa Romeo, good stuff indeed. Silver was all over the show, wasn't it? I was loving Silver yesterday, and a first-time winner for Dan Murphy. We're going to get a first-time winner today, or we're going to get a first-time pole sitter today as well. Well, who knows? We still got, I think, we still got the Gore in this session. We still got Energetics in there as well. Then, so those two have already been on pole position in bronze. Are they going to be able to do this? Oh no! It's Bradfield is invalidated this time there. Oh dear! Oh dear! He's going to have to go around again. He is on the medium tyres. Rentbell is back out on track in the McLaren. Curly Red is invalidated this time already. So in good total P's. It's got 2 cars in front of him. And that's the Williams. And that's going to invalidate his time. Oh my goodness me. That was a close shave, wasn't it? And it was his, no, it's the Williams, sorry, in front of us. I've got to say, they look very similar, don't they? But total P's might not be appreciating that, Willie, as he now flies into turn 14 as well. Simons just asked, is Brandon reserving? Indeed he is. He is driving the Ferrari at the moment. Brandon, this is the first time we've seen Brandon at ALR this season, even though we've only had 2 races already. But yeah, Brandon, of course, a former race winner of gold, and total P's are even with that distraction in turn 12, and he was not lifted off, was he? That is brave as the bravest. Here through the final turn then. Let's see what she can do then. At the moment she's done a 22.3. It's much better. It's third at the moment for the McLaren driver. Brilliant stuff. It's a 1.5 improvement. 27 seconds to go then. Curly Red is invalidated. It's time, but he's going to have to go back out there and have another crack at this. And now we've got Bradfield as well. So I was struggling to speak there. I was just making noises. Brandon's almost a second up in the second sector. He is now more. He's a 1.5, and he is fast as in qualifying 2. Good stuff indeed then. Our qualifying is Lucius. Nunda is on the cusp then. We've also lost Forza. Sean Hammers, goodness me. And we've lost Curly Red. Bradfield is the last person then. Is he going to rattle the cage of Nunda as it come into the final part of this lap as well? It's between Nunda and Bradfield. Who is going to be through into qualifying 3 for the first time this season then? And through the final turn they come then. Is I gotta say I've just showered my phone. Oh, he's out first. I think Bradfield's out first. That is it. Bradfield is out of qualifying, and those are the 5. This is out of qualifying, unfortunately. We have lost Lucius, we have lost Forza, Sean Hammers, Bradfield and Curly Red are all out of qualifying too here in ALR bronze. Goodness me. So I've got to say, there's a lot of surprises in that 5 cars, isn't it? So in the qualifying 3, Brandon has finished off the session, top of the timesheets. Lovely stuff indeed there from Brandon, a former gold race winner back in season 2. I think it was the final race that he driven for Renault, wasn't it? Because that was very much a victory parade there. Oh no, because Energetics proved me wrong there. He put me in my place, and he has done a 20 flat then. Are we going to get into the 19s? And of course the silver pole position was a 19.8 if I'm not very much mistaken. Oh, Jake Wilson. Bradfield was at 3.5 tenths up as well. He said there as Nunda is loving life. He is into qualifying 3. Brilliant stuff indeed. Mike is saying, let's go. Good stuff indeed then. As Ghost is saying, there's a lot of soft runners there is, isn't there? It's complete opposite to Silver, isn't it? Good stuff indeed then. Lovely stuff, Ben. As Dan Murphy has said, it's Camera Racer, not Cameron or Camera. Oh. Camaro. Okay, it's Camaro Racer then, but you know what my I'm not very good when it comes to names and stuff, am I? But yeah, good stuff indeed then. Wow, that's a fantastic end to qualifying too. Really good stuff indeed then. And I gotta say that those guys in the top 10, there's a couple of surprises in that. There's a couple of surprises in 11th to 15th as well, and that's what I love about this new game. It's very much up in the air, and it's really good stuff indeed then. So we're just on board with Energetics then, as he is just going for a victory lap then, but he might be going a bit too soon because we have still got one more qualifying session to go. We have got 12 minutes to determine who is going to be on pole position now for the bronze of ALR Australia. So we are down under, of course, in Steve Irwin country, isn't it? Of course, the Crocodile Hunter, one of my childhood heroes. He was. I loved Steve Irwin. Really good stuff. Crikey, mate, absolutely brilliant. Anyway, then, so yeah, we're just waiting for this session then, and I think it's just energetics out there at the moment, isn't it? Good stuff indeed there from energetics. And I've got to say, once again, the Alfa Romeo team seem the team to beat, like they were the season before. Bronson, Alfa Romeo have really got a stranglehold, haven't they? Well, I'm saying that very much before the race is even over, isn't it? We've only got qualifying done. Sean Hammers, though, is right down in 13th position then. So it is Alfa Romeo have not had it all their own way, have they? Right then, we're getting ready for qualifying 3, but before we do, here's the official classification from qualifying 2. Curly Red out of qualifying, Bradfield, Sean Hammers, Forza and Lucius all out of qualifying, and look at those tyres. There is on the medium tyres then, so they do not want to go on the soft then. This is going to be an interesting dynamic going into the race, isn't it? Into qualifying 3 is Nunda. He is on the soft tyres. Gort on the medium tyres. Maslets, soft. Velocity, softs. Camaro, softs. Rentbo, softs. Mike, softs. Peas, softs. Brandon, softs. And energetics, softs as well. As right then, here we go, qualifying 3 then. I hope you all sat comfortably. I hope the drivers had sat comfortably, because goodness me, who knows it's going to be on pole position, and that is what we're trying to do at the moment. We're just trying to line up the grid, and now it's just the top 10 left to go then. Indeed then, is I've just knocked my phone miles. Oh dear. It's all right. Good job I got a screen protector on, otherwise that would have been absolutely buggered. Anyway, we're into qualifying 3 then, so we've got 10 cars. 10 cars, 12 minutes then. Who is going to be on pole position? And everyone, I assume, will be on the soft tyres now, because that's the fastest tyre. And you do, and of course you want to be as quick as you can. And goodness me, guys, look at that, 112 comments. Wow, you're doing really good stuff tonight, guys. Really are indeed then. Sam is saying, oh, I'm not going to repeat that. I think I suit Bronze Law or a Stone League, as we've also got Becca saying McLaren doing well, at Mike as well, and Mike saying good luck as well, and Dan saying that's been very nice, so I think well done to Becca and Mike. Lovely stuff indeed there. It's great to see both McLarens in there, just like in the real world of Formula 1, albeit Hungary didn't go too well for them, did they? But nonetheless, I'm being a bit of a negative Nancy there, aren't I? So apart from that then, if we ignore Hungary, I think McLaren have had a fantastic start to the season, aren't they? Really good stuff indeed then. And the same with ALR Bronze as well. Hats off then. So I'm saying a potential pole position for Velocity, Peas, Energetics, and Brandon. I gotta say, Sam, that is brilliantly executed there, isn't it? In a nutshell, Sam is just basically summed up what everyone is thinking. Really is between those guys, isn't it? And I'll even throw the Gore in there as well. Really good stuff indeed. Then right then, we're on board with Camaro at the moment there, as they are just on an outlap at the moment as well. As I am quickly trying to fatten myself. Is as everyone knows, I do get very sweaty just sitting here and talking about cars going around in a circle, really. So yeah, it's not very good, is it? It's not a very good image. To be honest, if I took a picture after these qualifying sessions, you'd think I'd have a shower or just been standing in the rain or something. And the race, goodness me, then you'd think I'll need to go to hospital, as I am perspirating too much. Alright, Camaro is coming into the final corner. Nope, 15, now into 16. Let's go. Right then, it's up now as he's starting to wind up, and we're ready to get going in Australia. Right then, as we're on board with Camaro, over the grid, Hatchins to start up now, and DRS is wide open. Urs is up to hot lap, throwing it into turn 1. Good stuff indeed, running a bit wide there. No, it isn't. That is wrong on the marks there. My racing line would be is running too wide, and that's why I'm so slow around here. Now into turn number 3 then, and you can see going down into second gear then, only just out before going up to third gear then, dropping down into the car park now before flinging it through 5 then. Incredible stuff there, not even a hint of a lift. These cars got so much downforce these days. 26.717 to start us off there. A bit of a drift on the rear, and I felt like we were sliding into the gravel there. Camaro was keeping on it there, also trimming the grass as well then. Of course, it's the yellow it's the yellow lines on the outside which marks the track, isn't it? Out through turn 10 as well. The Gento 11 there. It's not really a turn, is it? It's not classed as a turn on the track map, is it? Into 11 and 12, and here we go. A 44. No, then it's a 48.3 then. Through 12 and not taking too much curve then. DRS right on the money then. The drag reduction system into 13 then. Dropping down into a 4th gear then. Tickling the 90-mile-an-hour mark before back on the loud pedal. And of course, they're dropping down 1 gear for 14. Then the slowest part of the course then. Dropping it down into second gear. And but again, they're instantly back over the front. Camaro straight on the gears there straight away. Final turn then, lovely done there. And I gotta say, that was a brilliant lot there. What absolute pleasure. And he is on pole position so far. Good stuff indeed. Here comes McLaren in the background. Mike is on pole position then, a 20.5. Lovely stuff indeed then. Nunda is gone at a third fast amount of 21.5. Lovely stuff indeed then. And I think there's a car coming down the back straight below. I think that they're all on outlaps smoke. Indeed they are. Here comes Red Bow. Oh, Red Bow's invalidated her lap there, so she's going to have to go around again, unfortunately. Total Peace is also invalidated as well, as has the Gore. Mazlets has, oh goodness me, there's a lot of invalidations out there. Here comes Brandon Hazard, and Noah has Velocity. We'll keep an eye on Brandon. Oh goodness me, that was not looking very neat and tidy at all, was it? So now we are flicking it through 11 and 12 then, as Sandwich just asked, who runs bronze then? It is for, oh, Brandon is invalidated. So it's not Brandon who runs bronze, by the way, but Brandon has invalidated this time. Goodness me, he is going to have to come in the pits then. Whereas Velocity is going at a very leisurely pace at the moment, isn't he? So I think that we've only got 3 times on the board so far. Mike is on pole position so far then. That'll be his first oh, Velocity has lost a bit of the end plate there off that Williams there, and oh dear, he's going to have to come back to the pits, unfortunately, and that's a very so McLaren in the background. It's out to Mike, is it? It is Mike as well then. So I hope we can get back, because you have to get back to the pit lane under your own steam net. There's no safety car, there's no T cars these days, is there? Yeah, it's Farf that runs bronze, and he does a mightily good job as well. Actually, all the admins do. Of course, Noel's here, part of the bronze, and of course the Godfather. And then we have Dan, who's the silver admin, and then we got Farf, who's the bronze. And I think since Farf has come in, he's really done a fantastic job for bronze, and the same with Dan in silver as well. It's really good to have the admins. They've been very good indeed, haven't they, so far? And I'm hoping for a pay rise as well, and that's why I'm just being very nice. Anyway, enough about my lack of payment. Let's go on board with Mazlets. He hasn't got lack of speed, but he's got too much speed, unfortunately, and he's going to have to come back in as well. Only 3 cars a set of time so far. This is interesting stuff indeed then. As Mike is saying, low fuel mode, don't panic there. So good stuff indeed there from Mike then. So he has just got low fuel, and he is back in the pits with more than time to spare, and he is currently the man that they've got to beat. He is the bar, isn't he? Is anyone going to be able to limbo under that bar as well? Well, we're going to find out in a minute, and we still got 6 minutes to go. We've only got half the session left, Bennett. Only 3 cars a set time so far. This is the grid, believe it or not. Mike is on pole position with Camaro alongside on row 1, then Nunda in third position. Those are the only times set so far then. So that's absolutely incredible, isn't it? Almost, well, over half the field hasn't set any time at all. So now Energetic said, of course, he is the man who has got the most pole positions in bronze history. Can he make it 5 today? Can he make it the fantastic 5 as well? And start off his championship campaign in the best way possible into turn 3 as well. Lovely stuff from Energetic into the car park as well, taking a bit of the grass there. Nothing too concerning there from Energetics then. Into under the shadow of the trees, and before we flick it into turn 6, beautifully done there from Energetics as well. And he has been very good, hasn't he, in the bronze. Remember him and him in Nude Potato had an almighty, had a brilliant French Grand Prix, didn't they? Only for 6 laps, unfortunately, because Energetics went on to the outside of the track where it was such low grip, wasn't it, and spun it, and that was such a shame, wasn't it? Because I think he was robbed of a titanic battle, wasn't he? Of course, that's where Nude Potato became the champion of bronze, wasn't it, as well? Unfortunately, Nude Potato didn't do a very good job last night, did he? As in terms of he was in the hedge, he was 5th fastest still, and he still was battling away. But unfortunately for Nude Potato, he didn't get to the end, did he? But luckily for Nude Potato, that there is 22 races this season. This is the longest season in ALR history, the longest we've ever had in ALR in gold, silver, or bronze. It's actually been 21 races, and now Energetics is fast as he's in the 19th. Energetics is that is pole position by a stonking margin, an absolutely incredible margin. He has blown him out of the water. Let's see what the Gore can do. Let's see what Rentbow can do as well. Let's watch the Gore at the moment. He has had pole position as well. Energetics is going for 5 pole positions in his career here in bronze. That's a fantastic stuff indeed then. Now coming through the final turn, here comes the Gore then on the loud pedal. His target times are 19.7. Is it going to be enough? No, it's not. The Gore is only 3rd fast at the moment there. He is a second slower than pole sitter at the moment, and that is on a mammoth margin. Rentbow is invalidated her lap, unfortunately, and She's got to go around again. I wonder if she might come in the pits there. She got an extra set of soft tyres to throw on that McLaren and go one more time then. Here comes Velocity then. Is anyone got a match? Can anyone match Energetics at the moment? He is in a different time zone, isn't he? And goodness me there. As Darren is saying, again, some shock results there. We've got Sam, Sam there, of course, who was absolutely shocked, I think, by what we say from Energetics. Absolutely fantastic time, isn't it, from Energetics? Really good stuff indeed there. As Darren is saying, do you still want to go to bronze, Sam? That was a fantastic. I think that's actually better than Silver's pole position last night. Really good stuff indeed there from Energetics. Really good stuff. And now we're watching Velocity as well then. Can Velocity match Energetics then? We're on board there with the Williams drivers. We come into 14. We were 2 quarters from home, everyone then, and a lovely turning circle there for Velocity. Maybe got a bit too wide there, but he is still on the money. He is still on the bubble. Here he comes and let's see what he do then. A pole position is gone then, but where's he going to be? He is third fast at the moment then. Everyone else is in the 20s, and the mid Camaro's in the early 20s. Everyone else in the mid 20s at the moment. Absolutely incredible up there from Velocity. Absolutely incredible stuff indeed then. How do these guys really bounce back for that? And that's the question, is it, for as you're driving? How do you dust your overalls off and go again after Energetics putting a superhuman time? And that is going to be the question. It's going to have to be answered in the next 2 minutes then as well. As I'm sorry guys, I've had a big tea. So as you can see, and I am full of hot air, which is nothing unusual, is it? Now Camaro is on a I think he's on an in-lap. He is on in-lap as he comes into the pit set. Velocity is third at the moment. Mike is in fourth position. The Gore is it looks like he's as light as a feather at the moment. He's he's invalidated this time. He was a whisker up, the Gore is. He's currently fifth fast at the moment. The Gore in the Haas at the moment, and it's almost touching the barrier there as well. Got yellow flags in front of us as Brandon is just getting in front of the Williams head. And I think he is going to be the first man to set a time in this final leg then. And this is going to be really good indeed then. And just taking a look at the comments as well. Sorry guys, I've got to catch up then. As Sam was saying, it's up to the admins really. I would say ask far or done then, as they are the head admins of silver and bronze, and good stuff then. Brandon is starting to stop now then. Let's quickly run through the comments then. We've got Darren saying go on camera, go on camera, you mean then. We've also got Sam, my quality pace and race pace is kind of around silver, I'd say. And Alpha works. Is this a computer driven game? This is a Formula 1 2020, this is, so it's so it's a more of a player. It's a physical player. Not AI is not driving it. So it's there's physical people in the car, or controlling the cars anyway. Whether you're on a steering wheel or a pad or a controller, is I gotta say, when someone used to say pad, I was like, what's a pad? But yeah, because I was a bit, I didn't understand all that high tech terminology and all that kind of jazz. I just thought it was a controller. Brandon then, of course, here he is, and in the Ferrari, as he is now coming up into the final stage of the lap as well then, as now then flying it through then turn 12 as well. Lovely over the shoulder shot here from Brandon as well. He's coming up to 13 as well then, throwing it into 13 beautifully indeed from the Ferrari driver, and now into 14 as well. Then we've got 20 seconds to go in this session and we are almost at the end of qualifying, but don't worry guys, we have got some racing to come up in the not too distant future as he flies through the final turn then, and let's see what he can do then. Brandon comes up to the line. It's third fast and he's in the 20s, in the low 20s. It's not good enough for pole position or for the front row, but it is good enough for the second row. Lovely stuff indeed there for Brandon. Nunez is out on track at the moment. He's 2 seconds down, Nunez. And he's also cutting the grass as well. So I think that might be it for Nunda, unfortunately then. Here comes Rensbo now, and she hasn't set a time just yet. Norris Master, Norris Total P's Rensbo coming through the final turn then. Let's see what she can do then. DRS is right on the money. We're on board now then. And is it going to be good enough for it's 7 fastest, and she is on the 4th row of the grid. Lovely stuff indeed. What about her teammate, Mike? He's 500ths of a second down in the second sector there. It is very close, isn't it? To very close. Maz is out of the qualifying session, and Maz then is starting 10 10th on the grid then. I think the Maz is yet to show his true form in this qualifying session. Here comes Mike. He was the early pace setter. Is he going to get up to the second row? No, he doesn't. He gets up to the third row in the end in the McLaren then. And I think that is all done and dusted, isn't it? Oh no, also Energetics is done in qualifying as well. But Energetics is on pole position then for the 5th time in his career. Fantastic stuff. And starts off his championship campaign very strongly indeed then. It's fantastic stuff indeed then. So that's his first pole position of the season, his 5th pole position of his career, and lovely stuff then from Energetics then. So really start as he means to go on, isn't it, for Energetics, and lovely stuff indeed there from the Alfa Romeo driver then. So we've got Energetics in total P's there, and that is the front row. That is looking good, isn't it? Fantastic stuff indeed. Camaro is on the second row of the grid along with Brandon, who's a reserve tonight, and that is at 3rd and 4th position. Mike is in 5th position with Velocity in 6th. The Gore and Rentbo are 7th and 8th. Nunda and Maz is 9th and 10th. Good stuff indeed then. As Energetic saying limits. Yeah, I just like the track. I just like this track. I know the limits are good stuff indeed. Then brilliant stuff from Energetics. Absolutely fantastic drive in there from Energetics. Really, he knew the limits there. He almost went beyond those limits, didn't he? And that was a perfect pole position lap there from Energetics, who now has 5 pole positions to his name there in bronze. And as he is now, as he's the all-time pole position, etc. So far, he's almost lost his front wing as well. So so really good stuff indeed. Then Mike saying, as 2 of the top 4 are reserves, can I claim a net P3? Indeed you can, good sir. Indeed you can. Then as I think Sam and Dana just had a bit of a debate in the comment section as well. So we leave them to it. So right then is Gunnar saying, I am Gunnar. Alpha works. Right then. Now then we're going to go into the race as well. Then so here we go. Then this is what you've all come to see, isn't it? I gotta say, we do love fast cars, don't we? But we do love racing more. I do love qualifying, no, isn't it? It's great to see Energetics there on the edge of the limit. Oh goodness me, there he's also got that McLaren a good nerf as well. Oh dear. But of course that was the AI, wasn't it? But yeah, I love to see the qualifying. I love to see Energetics there right on the limit. He knew the limits there, didn't he? As he said in the comments there, that was a fantastic time there from Energetics. Total P there did a cracking job to get into the 19. So look at that. Energetics was, I thought, was home and dry, but Total P there, unbeknownst to me, to be honest, it was gone to the 19s there. Fantastic time there for Total P's. Let's take a final look then at the top 10 of qualifying 3, and they are Energetics pole position, Total P's alongside them, the only 2 men in the 19s. Camaro in 3rd position there with Braden 4th, Mike is 5th, with 6th position is Velocity, the Gore in 7th, Rentbell 8th, 9th is Nunda, and Mazlutz is in 10th position. And good stuff indeed there from all of those out there. And as you can say, Mike's saying, thank you, Sean. Don't worry, we'll speak to Farf after the race. I'm sure he doesn't mind. We've also got Nunda saying, I was 16 as a reserve, and now I'm full-time racer in P9. That's a brilliant drive there from Nunda. Fantastic stuff indeed there. Ghost saying, the reserve drivers are pretty fast. They really are, aren't they? Really good stuff. And Dad and Sam are still winding each other up. Dad has just said that Sam has poor awareness there. Anyway, then, yeah, we'll leave them two, I think, because they love each other, really, don't they? Right then, here we go. Then we have got 20 seconds to go. Then the drivers have got 20 seconds to sort out their strategy. The guys in the top 10 know what tires you have to start on. All of them are on soft tires, I believe, apart from one driver. And I'm sure that was the Gore, wasn't it? I think it was. Anyway, everyone else has got a free choice of tires. So the second half of the top 10, second half of the grid, I should say, can choose on whatever tires they want to. Right, here we go then, as we are now getting ready for the start of the race as well. As, oh no! I think Energetics just said he's lagged out. No, that's not good at all. The pole sitter has been lagged out of the session. I hope that is not right. I hope that is not true. Otherwise, I am going to be I'm going to be devastated, and so is everyone else in this race as well. As we have got a lot of spinny stuff going on at the moment, but that's about it. I gotta say, I did say we got 30 seconds to get the strategy up and going, but obviously we haven't, have we? As I think Farfim does like to put on a show, doesn't he? And he is just making us wait, isn't he? He's making us wait. And as Sam is saying, good luck, Bronze. As Becca's saying, it has lagged, and that's not good at all, is it? So as Farfair, I'm sure he's sorting it out, or he's doing something. Farfair, I have no doubt about that. Unless he's gone to sleep, we don't know, because unfortunately I haven't seen him since qualifying one. That's why, if I remind you all that Favre has been in the war, as he does appreciate me always reminding everyone of that. Yeah, so unfortunately we've got a bit of a problem there with the old with the old streamline, and it's a very good time to actually mention that Nolsey is very much on form, isn't he? Again, lovely stuff there from Nolsey. As you notice all the thumbnails on the ALR channel now, as Nolsey has just thrown it up there, and no, that artwork has been done by Ayrton. So I got to say, that is a talent, isn't it? I got to say, I wish I had graphic design like that. Unfortunately, I'm not very creative, really. Lost Souls there giving us a question mark as well. Yeah, we've got an issue, as we will have a restart. We're just waiting for to see what is going on then. And I've been tagged, and that's never a good sign, is it? Just having a look then. I was tagged a long time ago. Oh, no, that's all right. Dan was just sending me a whale meme there. Lovely. But don't worry, Farf is on it like a car bonnet, so don't worry about that. He'll be getting it all sorted in just a few moments' time then as well then. Once we got a bit of a lull then, Sam and Dan have just been talking about Sam trying to get into silver at the moment. Of course, Sam has been a part of the ALR family since Monaco season 2 then, so he has been we all go so good stuff indeed then. So right then we that's good, because I thought we was going to have a filler there, but luckily we don't then. And you see that cool graphic there. Unfortunately I've missed it because I was too busy mucking about. So Energetics at the moment is a ghost there, so that's not good at all, is it, for Energetics? I hope we can get back in the session soon now. Total Peas is on second at the moment there. We got Camaro in third position. Brandon is in fourth. Fifth position is Mike, who is also ghosting as well. Sixth position is Velocity. Gore is seventh there. He is on the medium tires. Eighth position is Redspo. Ninth position is Nunda, and 10th position is Maz. All those guys are the top 10 has to start on the tires, which they set their fastest time. 11th position is Lucius, who is on the medium tires. 12th position is Forza, also on the medium tires as well. 13th position is Sean Hammers. 14th is Curly. 60th position is Fran. Farf is in the hard tires in the Renault in 17th position, but Farf is also MIA as well. 18th position is Gooner. 19th position is RDW, and Ayrton is 20th on the medium tires then. So that is the grid from back to front. I've got to say, I've actually done a really good job there. Actually, I'm really happy with that. We've got some disqualifications going on there. There's all kinds of shenanigans there between third and fourth. I hope that Energetics can get back in this section as quickly as possible. Mike has asked, are we making a new lobby? Mike can't rejoin. Energetics is asking for a new lobby. Oh no, this is not good at all. It's for the men, to have two men who are going to be absolutely incredible in this race, but unfortunately I don't think there's going to be a new lobby. I don't think. Have we all been told to leave, have we? We've been told there's all kinds of confusion out there at the moment, isn't there? So, I got a new follower. Lovely stuff. I'm just waiting to see what is occurring at the moment. And sorry, I got the pause on. I'm not sure if we're leaving or not at the moment. As Dan is just photoshopped and saying that is the grid if we're starting a new lobby then. So we're just waiting for it then. Yeah, we've been told to all leave then. So car down then. Energetic says Farf has said that we're all leaving then. So I think that we're just waiting for the I think so. We're just waiting for a new lobby to get going. So that's a bit unfortunate, isn't it? Well then, that's a bit of an anticlimactic start, and there's a racing point with no front wing on it as well. Wow, this is interesting, isn't it? Really good stuff indeed then. To be honest, I'm kind of glad that we're having a new lobby, because even though the tyres in the top 10 are used, are not going to be used anymore for a new lobby as we are racing, but I don't think we are racing, if that makes sense then. Don't worry about that. Oh, goodness me, then we've had a crash and a half! Oh gosh! Fran has had a smash, and so has and oh dear, total P's has also totaled. I think Fran is on. Sean Hammers has also crashed as well, and we got a safety car right from the get-go. But it's okay, everyone. I'm just waiting for. There it is. So then, excuse the blue screen of doom, or is I think in the IT world we call it the blue screen of death, because usually that means that the PC is no longer works, or that there's a problem with the driver or something like that. Hopefully, there's no problem with these drivers though. Far from energetic, so unfortunately lagged out, and Mike did as well. Which is a shame then. So as I've just now joined in the lobby, and we'll be back in action in just a whisker as well. So I'll make sure I'm into spectator mode, and we are about to get going with getting in. So of course so just for the rules then, when we have a crash lobby, then is that we will go back into the we'll go back into the session, and the grid will be exactly how it was qualified on. Of course, so the top 10 will be on new tires, but they'll have to start on the tires which they set the fastest time on in Q2, which is everyone on the soft tires apart from the Gore, who's on medium tires then. Unfortunately, that's just the way the cookie crumbles. Unfortunately, there's no cookie in this session, by the way. He was in gold on Sunday night then. So yeah, we'll be going racing just through, so we're just waiting for the drivers to get themselves ready, and we'll be back racing again then. So apologies for the delay, guys, but stick around because this will be absolutely cracking stuff indeed then. And just Sam saying that 19 game on gold. I was decent. I gave it a few tracks in to see if back to myself like in USA, etc. I want me back in that form. And Darren is saying even the AI are crap. So I think that was just a mention to the safety car and what went down in the first start there. So we're just missing 2 drivers at the moment then, so this is a bit of an anticlimactic start, isn't it, to bronze there, but don't worry everyone, like this season though, we do have 19 rounds of, no we haven't, we got 22 rounds of bronze there. Of course we go to Australia all the way to Abu Dhabi. We got new venues in Vietnam and Netherlands as well. I'm looking forward to those 2 races. I gotta say, I really look forward to Vietnam because I think it's gonna be an absolute cracker race. And Netherlands as well. I really enjoy the Netherlands circuit. I wonder what do you guys like the Dutch track at Zandvoort. I gotta say, it's absolutely, it feels like an old school track, don't it? I gotta say, I thought it felt like Estoril at first, really, for me. Albeit I did think I was driving the Estoril circuit, so I kept going flying off into turn 1, really. So yeah, I was going to a different country, so I kept braking way too late for the turn 1 of Netherlands. That's why I'm not a driver, everyone, and that's why I am better up here, as it is just safer for everyone out there, isn't it? We're just waiting for 2 more drivers, and then we'll get going in just HFE as well. Apologies for the delay once again, but I assure you, it will be worth it. Is it Lenore? Because you're worth it? I think that is, isn't it? That's the slogan, or something along those lines. Possibly. I know my slogans as well. My favourite one is, of course, I'm loving it by McDonald's, which I'm really looking forward to Friday, because that is when I reward myself with some kind of cheat day, which is basically like every other day, really. But let's not tally anyone else out, shall we? But yeah, of course, McDonald's just over the road from me, really, and I'll probably be darting over there when I've come home from work on Friday, which is the most useless bit of information that I have said on commentary. Well, possibly in a long time, definitely in a long time, that's for sure. Right then. We are almost ready to get going then here in Albert Park, Melbourne. Just a quick history on this track, shall we, as no one wants to hear about my eating habits. Well, you certainly don't want to see me after my eating habits either. Goodness me, I'll get very bloated indeed, as you've already heard in qualifying. Yes, the history of the track is then that, of course, we have been here since 96. Of course, they replaced the incredible race of Adelaide, which was the home of the Australian Grand Prix in the mid to late 90s and the early 95s as well, isn't it? Damon Hill absolutely dominated, didn't he? The final race, I think it was 2 laps in front of second place, wasn't he? It was an incredible race, that race, wasn't it? We was having drivers retire left, right and centre. I think Parnes and Morbidelli was actually on the podium with Damon Hill there. Of course, that's also the infamous race where David Coulthard crashed into the pit lane there, which yeah, no, I think which Favre has also done as well in pre-season as well, which I thought was a good opportunity to bring it up as well. Yeah, but going to Melbourne and Albert Park, I think it's been an absolutely great race to host a race, hasn't it? We've had some cracking races over the years, haven't we? Of course, 97 was a great race, wasn't it? Jacques Villeneuve was so dominant in practicing qualifying, he thought he was going to run away the race. He had an appalling start, and unfortunately, Eddie Irvine shoved the inside and took Villeneuve had to take a base of action, and because of that, he went into Johnny Herbert, didn't he? And he was out of the race. race. It was a cracking race, and David Coulthard won that race as well. That's why I like it. You can sense a theme here now, can't you? As Velocity is saying, Helke for gold or silver, as Down is saying that Helke can go to gold. Then I apologise, I'm really appalling with names, aren't I? Right then, just going back to the history as well. Of course, 98 was very as Velocity is saying, he's a tad too fast. He's a bit fast, isn't he? I think that's energetics, isn't it? Possibly. Well, we'll soon find out in a minute. Then we have 20 drivers in the lobby, and we'll be get going in just a tad. I hope I'm getting paid by the hour here, because yeah. as of course we have this extra delay, but don't worry about that, guys. As I keep saying, we will be in action in a not too distant future. I think that we're just waiting for something. I don't know what. No, we are ready to get going. Wait for that magical timer to go up, and we'll be in the lobby and ready to get going. Luckily, we won't be doing qualifying again, or unluckily, depends on your point of view, really. I do love qualifying, but I think I do like the racing a bit more, really. And of course, as I said, then this is the first time that Bronze has raced around Australia. Remember that Bronze only did 9 races last season, didn't they? They raced around Italy, didn't they? Before going to Spain, didn't they? Of course, Spain is where New Potato really announced his arrival, didn't he? Austria, I should say. It was a brilliant race, wasn't it? It was a wet race towards the end, and German had a fantastic battle with Short and Hammers. It was a brilliant race, wasn't it? I absolutely loved that one. Before he went off to I think we went off to Silverstone next, didn't we? As it was an additional track, wasn't it, for Bronze there? Really good stuff indeed. The track, that race was fantastic, wasn't it? Japan, another great race as well. Of course, it was between German and New Potato once again there. German there, of course, Red Bull actually got German out in front of New Potato, didn't he? The Red Bull mechanics did a brilliant job on that day, didn't he? And really flew back out of the pit box, didn't he? And then of course the French Grand Prix, as I said earlier, where New Potato clinched the championship. Right then, as they've asked, am I ready? I'm always ready to get going. Let me just make sure I am ready, because I think I'm in spectator mode. I am in spectator mode. I am ready to get going once again. Then Emerson is saying, I'll get Alex to pay you with extra cake short. As Losso is also saying go, and Farf's asking if I'm ready. I was born ready to go. Yep, let's get going, everyone. As I think that everyone's getting bored of my filler now. Really, I never get bored of filler. I usually love a bit of tuna and sweet corn sandwich filler. Absolutely beautiful, isn't it? Check the tires, Sean, to know what these Bronze are like. Then, as Darren there, a bit of a cheeky swipe there as well. I love it. Yeah, we are expecting everyone in the top 10 to start on the tires, which they said are fast. Someone in Q2, which everyone's on the soft tires, apart from the Gore. Sorry. Apart from the Gore, then, I forgot to swallow. Anyway, here we go, then. We're about to get going here in Australia, then. The countdown is on. Thank you for your patience, everyone. I'm glad to see you all still lingering around and ready to get this underway, then. We've got a formation up, of course, there. Everyone has to get those tyres up to temperature as well, then. So, and it's nice that Farf actually asked if I'm ready there as well. After all the jip I've been putting him through in this qualifying session, he still makes sure that I'm alright. What a nice guy. Anyway, then, yep, we are just, hopefully we'll have a better lobby than the last one, and I'm kind of glad we had a restart, really, because energetic is like that, and Mike did as well, and I want to see both those guys in this race, because this is going to be a cracking race as well. Energetic's there taking a little bit of time now as he is spinning his wheel of fortune now. Hopefully the fortune is shining down on us tonight, as Energetic's there is just taking his time by the looks at. Yes, I think we're ready to get going, as they're all spinning now, and I'm getting very dizzy. Let's hope they're doing all the spinning in the lobby and no spinning on track. Right. Now we're going to get going in just a few moments, as I've got a black screen here, which is never a good sign. Oh no! Got a pit lane there. Fantastic stuff indeed then. And as now we're going to get going, as Darren said, don't forget setup, guys. And of course that's a very good point, actually, because every time lobby restarts for me, I usually forget the setup and go on a default one, and then I complain throughout the race of how poor the setup is. So yeah, do not do it me, guys, but you guys are much more experienced than I am, and have probably got more brain capacity as well than me. As yes, with my IQ of 69, I think that it's more than likely that you do have. Right. so we are now just a whisker away through from starting this race. And as I keep saying, guys, thank you for bearing on, thank you for voting on with us tonight, guys. You've been absolutely diamonds in those comments. I've enjoyed all your comments. I've been enjoying your feedback as well. Loving it. Right then, we're down the formation lap. Let's go through the grid once again, shall we? From front to back then. It feels like deja vu, doesn't it? Everyone then is on the soft tires in the top 10 apart from the Gore. We've got medium tires there for Forza, Hammers, Bradfield, Curly and Fran. Then we've got hard tires for Favre, hard tires for RDW as well. Both Renault guys are going for the hard tires there. Good stuff indeed then. And we have also got Gunnar on medium tires, and Ayrton is on the soft tires at the back of the field. Energetics taking his 5th pole position of his career and his 1st of the season as well. Is this the sign of things to come? Pease is alongside him on row 1. Lovely stuff indeed. That Pease is also a reserve driver, and he is doing a absolutely fantastic job, isn't he? Camaro in 4th position there. Brandon, another reserve driver, in 5th position for the Ferrari. 6th is Mike. 5th is Mike. 6th position is Velocity in the Williams side. The Gore is 7th then for the Haas team. Rensbow is 8th there. She is also a reserve driver as well, and doing a cracking job there. 9th position is Nunda. I'm loving that shot there from the Williams. That beautiful body work there from the Williams team. Absolutely loving it. 10th position is Mazlats. 11th position is 11th position is Lucius. 12th position is Forza. 13th position is Sean Hammers, with Bradfield in 14th. Curly Red is in 15th. Fran is in 16th position, with Farf is 17th. 18th position is Gunnar. 19th is RDW. And Ayrton completes the full grid then of 20 cars then. And like him, silver and gold, we have a full grid once again then. Brilliant stuff indeed then, as the tension is building up then. Here we go, guys. And bronze then, they're all starting from 0 then. This is where we've all been talking about the favourites before the race, hasn't it? And we have been saying about Energetics being fantastic. We've also been talking about the Gore as well, but yeah, it's now the talking is done. It's about getting your chat done on the racetrack, isn't it? Energetics here, we're on board with the pole position man in the Alfa Romeo then. Lovely shot from the steering wheels, right? You can see those yellow lights are flashing. That means it is a formation lap. All caution, there's a yellow flag fluttering somewhere in the breeze. And now then, this is the shot from pole position. Look at that run down into turn 1. And of course, that is pressure, isn't it, of the utmost there from the pole here. He has to get he has to get it right. He has to get the revs right as well. Lovely shot here from the rear wing as we're just waiting for the rest of the cars to line up then. Ayrton is the 20th car on this grid then. But remember, qualifying is not where the points are scored then. We are now waiting for those lights then. And we are going to go as well as they are juttering then. Of course, that is not a jump start these days, is it? As Energetic is ghosting, and now we got 3, we got 4, we got 5 lights. There's a pause, and we are go. It is go, 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 and down under for the Australian Grand Prix. And here we go then, run lap 2 already. Fantastic start. As it looks like we've got Energetics leads, Total Peace in 2nd position then. And then we got a McLaren over the front. I think that's Mike up in the front. It is Mike up in the front. Fantastic stuff then. And now on the outside, Total Peace on the outside. He's gone on the outside of Energetics. He passes him. He takes the lead of the Australian Grand Prix. Fantastic maneuver there. And what a move there for Peace. And just take a look there. There's a Bradfield is batting away as well. We got Farford Gore who's down in the midfield as well. We got RDW. He is out of the race. He's damaged the car. We got a virtual safety car. RDW then in the car park, and he is out of this race already. What a shame for RDW then. And he didn't even complete a lap there. So after all that, RDW out of the race then. What a shame for the Renault driver then. And now we got a virtual safety car. Everyone has to stay to a Delta, and that is what we're concerned about, isn't it? As a Camera's had a problem. We've had Mike and Camera have come to blows somehow or another in the middle part of the track. There, that's turn number 9 and 10 there. Camera, I'm not sure, is Camera going to the back of Mike there? I'm thinking he has, and Mike has dropped all the way down. Remember, because there's off the track, that's why they overtook then. What a shame there. I'm not even sure what happened there. And that is is a big blow for Mike, isn't it? Camaro making his debut as well here tonight. We're back racing then, who are about to complete a lap 1 in the Australian Grand Prix. Then Pease leads. Second position is Energetics Velocity up in the third. Fantastic stuff. Brandon is in fourth position at the moment. Lovely stuff from Brandon. Then we've got Red Bow up in the fifth. So I've knocked the telemetry off and standard stuff. Is a Pease getting a bit too greedy on the curb, so isn't he? Sixth position is Nundas up in the sixth. Fantastic stuff there. Masters in seventh. Hammers eighth. Curly in 9th position. And Force is in 10th position there. The big losers then is Brandon's in the pits and he's in the pits there for the Ferrari then. And he is on the medium tyres there. We've got Camaro in the pits as well, and same with Mike is also struggling at the back as well. We've got a Red Bull of Guna there who's also recovering as well. Something's got to put a bit wrong there, hasn't he? And so Pease then, Electric Start going on the outside of Energetics and taking the lead here in Australia. Look at the gap between the